Bestie, Trina here. Welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a minute, but your girl is back, and I am back doing something that I'm really not comfortable doing, y'all, and that is a tutorial, honey. Listen, it is the holiday season. As you can see, my tree is already up, girl. So I am in full Christmas mode. I absolutely love the holidays. It is time to spend with your family, your loved ones, your friends, man. Eat, open gifts, and just have a good time. But also during the holidays, there are Christmas gatherings, holiday parties at your jobs. Your churches may be having something. You may be having a holiday party, but it is holiday parties here, there, everywhere, girl. So I wanted to come on and show you all a quick holiday glam, okay? So if you like this with all of my glitter, y'all, I have never tried glitter. I've never done glitter, but I said, you know what, I want to step outside of my box, honey, and I put on a good earring, girl, a cute dress, honey, and I glittered these eyelids, baby. And I may say, if I say so myself, girl, I did a good job. Yes, I did a good job, okay? So listen, if you want to see this holiday glam look, make sure you keep watching. Because I'm going to do a voiceover, I definitely want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that little red button down there that says subscribe. Also, give this video a thumbs up. You can like, comment, okay? Make sure you hit that little bell, the notification bell, so that you can see anytime I upload a video. Be sure to socialize with me. On Instagram, it is Trina Felicia. On Snapchat, it is Trina's Beauty. And until next time, guys and girls, I will see you all in my next video. If you want to see this look, keep watching, girl. Keep watching, girl. Keep watching, girl. Keep watching. Keep watching, girl. Keep watching, girl. Keep watching, girl. Keep watching. Let's go.
Alright guys, I'm now going in and just applying my moisturizer. This is an everyday moisturizer that I use. It's the Walmart brand. It's really important to apply moisturizer to your skin before doing anything to your face. Then I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate. I like both pomades and pencils for various reasons, but I decided to use my Dip Brow, which I absolutely love, and I'm just going in and filling in those brows. I try to leave the very front of my brow with less product just because it's easier to blend out, but that's what you see me doing. I'm just blending out that dip brow. Next I'm going to go in with my spoolie to go ahead and start fanning out that brow, trying to make it as natural looking as possible, getting that product, that excess product off of there and blending it out. I also like to go in with the Q-tip. Now I know some people like to use the concealer, which I will also carve out my brows, but I like to use a concealer just to clean up. Next I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade Fawn. Guys, I love this concealer for carving out my brows. It's very inexpensive. You can pick it up from almost any beauty supply store, and it's about $2. I mean, I have so many of them. I haven't purchased any in a long time, but they usually are like $2 something. So I just carve out my brows, y'all. I needed my brows waxed so bad this day, but when I tell you this concealer will pull the girl together, baby, oh, she gets pulled together, honey. And I just pretty much blend that concealer down. You're gonna see me taking my fingers to also blend that concealer out, just because your fingers have heat to them, and it's easier to melt the product into the skin to blend it out. So I do that a lot. Don't be afraid to do that, girls, because it really helps blend out the product. Next I'm going to do the same thing to the top of the brow. I'm going to go ahead and add concealer. This is sometimes a step that you don't necessarily have to do. I know some people don't blend out, carve out the brows to the top, but I do. It just makes it look more natural. Like I said, I needed a wax bad this day, baby, so sis had to go ahead and carve that brow, honey. And again, I'm just going in with my fingers and really melting down that product. Now, you at this point can pretty much eye it, as in if you like how your brow look or you want to do some more eye. I'm going to go back in with concealer just to kind of get that fade that I wanted, and I'm just going to continue to do that and blend it out until I'm pretty much satisfied with how my brow looks. So that's something that you just eye on your own and go from there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply my Urban Decay primer portion eyeshadow primer. I always get the question, people want to know, should they use eyeshadow primer? Does it work? For me, yes, it does. You always want to apply some type of base to your eyelids. It helps your shadows last longer. It keeps them from creasing. I have oily to combination skin, and sometimes my lids get very, very oily. So that is something that you definitely want to apply. Sometimes I have to go in double just because my lids get very oily. And you just blend the shadow primer out before applying your shadow. Then I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Rocky Mountain Green. I use this as a base. You can really use these as eyeshadows. I have so many colors of these. They are great, very creamy, very long lasting. Sometimes they can be a little bit hard to blend, but these are great. I then went and set that eyeshadow pencil with the Coastal Scents Shamrock Green eyeshadow single. I love the Coastal Scents shadows. They're very pigmented, so I just went in with that green and set it right on top of the Jumbo pencil. And then you will see once you pack on that color, anytime I'm packing on a color, I always go in with my blending brush. So you just want to pack that color until you're satisfied with it. I have hooded eyelids. So it's hard for me sometimes with shadows, but you see me blending this out, just trying to get the shadow to where I want it. Next, I'm going to use the Sephora single eyeshadow. It's a matte shadow in the shade Morning Sunrise. These are really, really good shadows. They work very well. I also went in with my Modern Renaissance shadow in the shade Venetian Red from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I probably didn't have to do that, but I did. And the brush that I'm using is my MAC 224 brush. Again, going in to blend that out. But that MAC 224 brush really works well for that crease. Next, you're going to see me go with the MAC Rice Paper in my brow bone. I love to highlight my brow bone. So even if I'm not doing an eyeshadow look, sometimes I highlight my brow bone just because I love it. And this is my go-to. And then I'm going back in that Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia in the shade Red Orange. I think that's how you say it. And I just put more into the crease. And then I went back into Coastal Scents Shamrock Green, and you just want to pack that color as you see fit. Then I went into the NYX. I picked up the glitter primer. Now this was my first time using glitter, guys. I was nervous because I have sensitive eyes and I just was hoping it didn't irritate me, but this primer really worked, guys. Like when I tell you, I had no problem applying the glitter after using that. The glitter pigments that I use is in the shade Mint Julep, and it is from Glitter My World. This glitter is cosmetic glitter, so it is safe for your eyes, and it is very fine. It was so easy to apply, y'all. It wasn't too messy. You know, glitter usually it falls out anyway, but it wasn't too bad. It didn't irritate my eyes even after taking it off. It didn't irritate. I mean, it was just beautiful. The camera, it really isn't doing it justice, y'all. It was so pretty. So I think glitter would definitely be something that I do, and I'm learning how to use it. Next, I'm going to go in with my favorite Holy Grail primer. It is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. Y'all, I love this stuff. I have so many primers, but this Rimmel, I have high-end drugstore. This Rimmel is my absolute favorite to apply before applying my foundation. And then the foundation that I used was the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation in the shade Sandalwood. Now, if you know me, honey, you know I love this foundation. If you've been a long time follower of mine, you know this is my Holy Grail foundation, and I'm just using a dry a dry sponge, beauty sponge. That's actually the Sonia Cachet, I think that's how you say it, sponge, and I use it dry because I find that it applies better coverage when I use it dry. Now, when you use it wet, it is great as well, but I like to use it dry to apply my foundation and my concealer. With that Sonia sponge, it does get really big when it's wet, and it covers a lot. Because it's so big, it covers a lot, and it's easy. You can really apply really quickly with that. But I love the way it applies dry. So I'm just blending out my foundation. Now, this foundation is full coverage, so you really don't have to add any more. But girl, I'm just so extra, child. I'm just adding more foundation. Girl, I didn't even need that, but I wouldn't be me without it. So I'm just adding more foundation. Again, the light maybe showing it a little bit off from my skin color, but that actually is my skin color. I just had the lights too high, but that really is my shade. I love this foundation, and again, I'm just blending that foundation out, getting it to where I want it to be. Y'all see my beady beads, child? Ooh, the ghetto. I'm just blending, y'all. The word for today is blend, honey, blend. Next, I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer. It is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC45. Guys, if you want a full coverage concealer, this is the girl to have. When I tell you this concealer covers everything, I absolutely love this concealer. It is my favorite. I think I found a dupe for this, a drugstore dupe, which I'm going to do a video on to see if that's what it is. But I absolutely love this concealer. Now, if you don't like a full coverage concealer, this isn't the one for you, because this is definitely full coverage and it blends out so well. Again, that's just the dry beauty blender blending that out, and it looks good. It really blends out well. I love this concealer, and I'm just applying it and just blending to where when I get it to where I like for it to be. But it is a great concealer, y'all. Oh, I love this stuff. That is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Really, really good concealer. And I'm just blending. Blend, girl, blend. And she blending, honey. Next, we go in with the girl herself, the queen, Miss Laura, the translucent powder. Honey, she is everything you need her to be. You come to the front, Laura. You come to the front. One thing I learned from Jackie Anna was to get the excess powder off on the back of your hands before applying the translucent powder, and it really works well. I don't bake too much, so it really helps applying it without looking cakey. So I started doing that, and I absolutely love that process. It applies faster, quicker, and it just looks natural versus setting it on my face and applying so much of it. It really works well. A little bit of that goes a very long way. Next, I'm going to go ahead and set my overall face with the MAC Studio Fix Foundation Powder in the shade NW43. Now, you can use just any setting powder. I actually just started using this probably a month ago. I haven't used my Studio Fix powder in a very long time. But I'm so extra. I know this is a foundation, but I'm extra, y'all. So I just set my whole face with it, and I actually like the way it looks. So I started doing that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose using the CoverGirl Queen collection, and I don't even think they have the Queen collection anymore, but that is in the shade Ebony Bronze. It is a really good powder to contour with. Then I'm going to go in with my MAC blush, my favorite MAC blush in the shade Blunt. This powder was actually, I got this to contour with. I know for some people it's probably dark for a blush, but I love the way it looked as a blush, and I feel like when I use it as a blush I don't have to contour because it just chiseled my cheeks out as well. I love this shade, y'all. I know it may be a little bit dark, but I love it. I love it as a blush. It's so pretty. Then I went in with my MAC, while I have a lot of MAC products, with my MAC Global Glow highlighter. Y'all, that wasn't on purpose to use so many MAC products, but then I took that highlighter into my inner corner of my eye, and use that as a inner corner. And then I applied my MAC Ruby Woo lipstick. You're gonna see that I applied my liner off camera, as well as a gloss, the Milani More Shine in the shade Passion. And here is the finished look, guys. I think it came out good. I think it came out cute for my first time doing a glitter look. It's very pretty, very festive. So happy holidays, everybody. Bye.